Hey everybody, hello. I'm gonna wait for everyone to log on. So I ended up taking the red eye back from Vegas Tuesday morning, and I completely forgot about this 12 o'clock. So I hope you guys can forgive me. I just want to continue to share the information that I'm reading through this book, Atomic Habits. Phenomenal book. We're almost done. Halfway there. You're right. By that time, hopefully my book will come out, my second book, and then I'll do my second book down the road as well. But this book is phenomenal, and I feel controlling your habits and taking care of your life in these manners are going to manifest what you want in your life. And if we want happiness and contentment, I feel pursuing goals make us the most happiest and push us forward instead of getting stagnant. And then when we get stagnant and we're not moving forward in our life, we tend to get depressed, right? If we're not pursuing our dreams, because we know we're so much more inside and we could do so many more things. And if you're doing awesome already, great for you, and I know I still have a lot of work to do, but even then, we could always refine ourselves. Even if we're doing great, we could only get better, right? John Maxwell, one of the leadership gurus of our time, he says, at this moment, he's his best. But he could always get better, right? And he's created over 1 million leaders. So today we're going to talk about how to find and fix the causes of your bad habits. He brought up something interesting about breaking a bad habit by this guy named Alan Carr's Easy Way to Stop Smoking. I'm just going to start off with this little story. I think it's fun. He says it frees your mental burden of smoking, so he teaches you. He teaches you how to go about it. And what he says is, stop lying to yourself. You don't actually want to smoke. You don't really enjoy it. It helps you feel like you're not the victim anymore. You start to realize that you don't need to smoke. And he approached a few things about smoking. This is towards cigarettes, not the other stuff, right? So he says things like, you think you are quitting something, but you're not quitting anything because cigarettes do nothing for you. You think smoking is something you need to do to be social, but it's not. You can be social without smoking at all. You think smoking is about... So, back on. Alright, cool. They originate from our needs from our previous ancestry. And today, everything is so much more accessible that it actually hurts us more. These needs and desires, it actually harms us. So, one thing, underlying motives of what we do, we try to conserve energy. That's why a lot of people are lazy. Right, not speaking about you, maybe myself, right? I'm lazy too. Right, they say some people are ambitiously lazy. I like to work really hard so I can go lay down, right? Obtain food and water, find love, and reproduce. So these are underlying motives, right? Connect and bond with others, win social acceptance and approval, reduce uncertainty, achieve status and prestige. So look at nearly any product that is habit forming and you'll see that it does not create a new motivation, but rather latches on to underlying motives of human nature, right? So all those things are like human nature, and now we're going to see what we do today in daily society to have these things. So to find love and reproduce, we use Tinder, right? Or whatever other thing people use. To connect and bond with others, we use Facebook. We browse Facebook. To win social acceptance and approval, we post on Instagram. I guess I'm looking for social acceptance and approval. Let me know if you accept and you approve. Reduce uncertainty, searching on Google. Right? So everybody, if they don't know something, they have Google and they think they know. Because Google is a search engine, not a research engine, so be careful. Right? Achieve status and prestige. So to achieve status and prestige, many people play video games, right? To all you video game players out there, are you searching deep down for status and prestige? Think about it. Here's the powerful part. There are many different ways to address the same underlying motive. You see what happens when you live in New York? They're so impatient because they didn't wake up early and take care of their habits. So now they're rushing through the day. There are many different ways to address the same underlying motive. One person might learn to reduce stress by smoking a cigarette. Another person learns to ease their anxiety by going for a run. Your current habits are not necessarily the best way to solve the problems you face. They are just methods you learn to use. Once you associate a solution with the problem you need to solve, you keep coming back to it. So actually, when I was a smoker of other stuff, right? It was a day, it was my birthday, and it was like, hey, am I gonna go smoke or am I gonna go run? Right? And that was actually the same analogy as what happened in my life. I decided to run, and I started using that as my mechanism to break through my fatigue, my anxiety, and I started exercising. All right, so we really have to figure out we have to figure out our causes of our habits and how to break them and change them. Our behavior is heavily dependent on these predictions. The same cue can spark a good habit or a bad habit depending on your prediction. The cause of your habits is actually the prediction that precedes them. Hey, Philip Diaz and Auntie. So our feelings and our emotions tell us whether to hold steady in our current state or to make a change. They help us decide the best course of action. Neurologists have discovered that when emotions and feelings are impaired, we actually lose the ability to make decisions. So we know some things that impair us, right? We have no signal of what to pursue and what to avoid. That's why people do crazy things when they're drunk or high, and you don't really have that much ambition when you're in that state either. As a neuroscientist, Antonio Damasio says, it is an emotion that allows you to mark things as good, bad, or indifferent. So your dreams, the work you have to do, tie it to emotion. You don't work just for money, right? Money is cold. Money is nothing. You work for the freedom, right? You work for your time back. You work for the peace of mind. You work to bless your family and your friends and the communities. Right? So again, remember, tie it to emotion of something you really want, your goals, and then you'll follow through on it. And he just played with a little mind game here, which is really good. You don't have to, you get to. We don't have to do anything in this life. We get to, which is a blessing. And so you transition from seeing these behaviors as burdens and turn them into opportunities. So my anxiety, now it's a way for me to lose weight instead of smoking and actually making it worse for myself, right? Reframing your habits to highlight their benefits rather than their drawbacks is a fast and lightweight way to reprogram your mind and make it seem more attractive. So for example, I'm going to give you two examples real quick. Exercise. Many people associate exercise with being a challenging task that drains your energy and wears you down. You can just as easily view it as a way to develop skills and build you up. Instead of telling yourself, I need to go running in the morning, say it's time to build endurance and get fast. Right? So it's really just reframing the mind. Finance. Saving money is often associated with sacrifice. However, you can associate it with freedom rather than the limitation if you realize one simple truth. So for me, saving and paying off my debts for the past few years is actually what's allowing me to be home, plus the other things I do, but that's a big reason. So it's spot on. Living below your current means increase your future means. The money you save this month increases your purchasing power next month. Alright, so that's just some examples. I'm not going to go through all of them. He has more examples. And he talks about meditation, pre-game jitters. I'll end it off here. The key to finding and fixing the causes of your bad habits is to reframe the associations you have about them. Look at your current associations with the habits you want. Is it giving you the results you want? You got to figure that out, right? And it's not easy, but if you can reprogram your predictions, you can transform a hard habit into an attractive one. So we want to be able to transform our habits, right? This is actually the last section in making it attractive. So if you want a good habit, you make it attractive. So if you want to run, make sure your shoes are out, the jump rope is out, whatever you need is out, your gloves to do your pull-ups, right? Or pick up your weights. Make sure it's in front of you. Have your vitamins and your healthy things in front of you, right? And that's how you make things attractive. And how you can make a bad habit unattractive is if you get stuck watching TV or you use apps needlessly like Instagram that's not serving you all the time. Because sometimes it's good to learn, but if it's not serving you, you could hide the app. That's what I had to do personally. If you don't want to eat bread, put it in the bread pan and close the bread pan. And that's some different things that we went through and I wanted you guys to take away. You know, make your habits attractive that you want. Become aware of them, why you do certain things, and change that prediction so you could have that transformation. Right? Hey, Uncle, I'm done. Love you all. I hope you have a blessed day and take care.